If I'm walking on the road and someone that knows me starts screaming and calling out my name, shouting, Blessing, Nkechi, Ruth, are you not the one I'm calling? Esther, Amaka, Fumi. Even if the person is pointing at me and saying all those things, I wouldn't pay attention. I'll be like, is this person okay? Is anything wrong? Because that's not my name. But the moment the person shouts, joy, or yeah, man, before the person will finish calling, I will turn. Because that's my name. Unconsciously, I bear that name. Unconsciously, you don't need to shout much before I will respond. Even if I'm sleeping and in my dream you shout my name, I will respond. Why am I saying this? This is the same thing that happens in reality of life. When life circumstances is calling you the name that is not originally your name. When situations are calling you the name that is not your name. When people have looked at you and conclude, can any good thing come out of him or her because of your current situation? You don't need to answer them. You need to look at them and say, are you okay? Is there anything wrong? Because that's not your name. The only thing you should respond to is the name that God has called you. And you know the name he has called you. He hasn't called you a barren because he said there shall be no barren in the land. He hasn't called you a failure because the Bible said whatever you do shall prosper. He hasn't called you a disappointment because your name is Beulah and Hephzibah. So why do you allow circumstances of life to keep you at a spot? Because of today? No, now. That's not the end of it. You have a future. And your father has called you fine names. He said you're a royalty, a royal priesthood, a holy nation. So why will you allow people, a royalty like you, imagine, is a royalty a failure? Even the prodigal son that left after many years, he understood that this is not who I am. I need to go back to my father. And the moment he went back, his status was restored. And look at you, that you have a heavenly father that cares for you. You allow people to tell you how to live your life. You allow people to name you who you are not. You allow people to tag you strange names and you're already bearing those names. And it's sinking into your consciousness. It's sinking into your subconsciousness that this is who you are. I tell you today that you should get out of that situation. That is not who you are. You know who your father has called you. The prophecies have been given to you both in secret and outside. He has called you an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. Why do you now allow people to tell you that you cannot make it? That your life is a failure? And let me tell you, our minds are powerful. The moment your mindset tunes to that situation that you're a failure, did I not do the first one, it failed. Second one, it failed. Third one, it failed. Who told you that you're a failure? Let me tell you from today, get up and start rejecting those names. All those negative names they'll be calling you from today, reject them. They are not your name. And start calling yourself the name that God has given you. You have written many exams and you failed. You are not a failure. You are just learning. Does the Bible not say, I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers to run in the desert? He said, behold, I will do a new thing. A new thing means that there were things that had happened in the past that were bad, ugly, and negative. And your father is telling you today, I want to do a new thing. Start confessing them. Start calling yourself the name. You are fruitful. You are not a failure. You are a blessing. No matter what has happened in the past, you are a covenant child. You are a priesthood. You are God's favorite. An apple of his own eye. Even if there is a pattern in your family, you need to stand up and tell yourself, no, I've entered into the new blood covenant. I'm of the new blood covenant. These are no more for me. I am redeemed. Start saying those things. Call yourself the name that God has called you and reject every name that they have tagged you. Don't let it settle. That is not who you are. No. That is not who you are. They don't understand. They are calling you those names because they are limited. It is not their fault because a blind man cannot see. They are blind to the reality. It is you that know the reality. Stop wetting your pillows with tears and be calling yourself a disappointment. That is not who you are. You are redeemed. You are a royal priesthood. You are God's favorite. You are God's pleasant. You are the apple of his own eyes. He's your lover. He's your father. He's your comforter. He has blessed you already. You need to call those things out and let them become your reality. From today, stop bearing the names that God has not called you. I love you so much, and it is my joy to see you prosper. And I know that this year, better things are coming for you. Keep declaring it. Keep saying it, whether the reality is there or not. Thank you so much for always being with me here on Moment with Aya series. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit notification bell. Don't you like what you are seeing? I will see you again. Bye.